I don't know.
You should probably check that.
Yeah, I mean, it's still thematic enough. Even if it came from Storm Sorcerer, it would be totally reasonable. Because Norallie and Bright have been swapping magic tips for so long, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you two have been a duo for a while. If you haven't used it, I'm fine if you end up learning. Gnomish, that's fine. All right, so we are back. For everyone, I hope you're refreshed. I hope you're feeling good and fresh and fine. We have returned now. We've been having some... Pardon me. Apparently some burps from Soda. We've been having some out-of-character discussion about the characters, as they all had hit 16, so there were some questions about this or that or the others, as you do when you hit that magical level. You get a stat bump or a feat.
I took a feat. I took skilled.
Ooh, which skills?
It was religion, perception, and insight.
Oh, very good. All right.
Things that he had as a bard, got a little rusty on, and now he's picking them back up again.
Yeah, you're getting in
Things
tune.
that Celine could
Very thematic.
Celine could teach all of them to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because of the fact that, you know, she has all three of those skills.
Yeah, and it makes sense because as a vampire, the reason that he had the expertise that he did and the things that he did was partially, like mechanically, was because he's a bard, but partially because he was a vampire, and now he's getting used to life from not being one and not being as good and at what he was before, and mortal now. And so thematically, he's dusting off the rust, as it were.
Yeah. What did Norallie end up doing for 16?
I just took 2 points in charisma because none of the features interest me.
Okay. Yeah, nice, solid choice. Okay. And I mean, Celine already was, so no real changes there. Big reveal. Celine was 16 this whole time.
I mean, to be fair, when I used Earthquake, I thought that would have been... not Earthquake, the fact that... Actually, no, there wouldn't have been any indication.
Nope, none at all. Except for the fact that you revealed it to us prior.
I did say.
If it means anything to you all, when I was colluding with Lethality to bring Celine back, I said, yeah, just generate Celine at 16, because you'll hit 16 soon enough. 3 months later, or whatever, however long it's been.
Yeah. Take Maelstrom. Evocation.
But hail, the gang's all here, and now you were walking. You had manifested this temple back in the orphanarium, and
not
like
it's super
24 hours.
Not like it's super big, but it's there.
The temple is up to 120 feet. Up to 120 feet on each side.
Yeah, up to. So
okay, so you get a 120 foot diameter. Yurt.
Well, like I was personally thinking, would have a little bit of grounds as well as the yurt, but that works.
Sure, yeah. If you want something smaller, and not doesn't have to be like it's like a 1-person tent or anything. Yeah, but you want like
so it's like a.
It's only like a couple people.
Oh, do you want it? Do you want it raised on the wooden platform so you had the wind and everything and?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, what we would do is we'd make a 120 foot by 120 foot by 120 foot space.
Yeah.
And the yurt sits in the middle, and there's like a wooden outside as well.
Yeah.
Like a fence almost.
Yeah. And like a little area where you could like be outside and still be in the area of the spell.
Okay.
With that same kind of similar cobblestone archway.
Yeah, recalling what was built back at the Six Landlords. This is your this is a semblance then of what was or what is put into the orphanarium. Norallie and Bright. Obviously, the architecture is a little jarring compared to what you had spent a long time working with Gaspard over. But it makes the clerics happy, and if the clerics are happy, the party's happy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And that
When are
cast
clerics
that night
ever
before
happy,
bed.
though? Let's be real. I mean, do you want to... I mean, we can talk to Gaspard. We might be able to make, like, a... I don't know, a place, an open area of some kind. But most of our stuff is, you know, in the basement, where it's secret. And I'm not sure... I don't know. I mean, we could always just redecorate. We don't even need Gaspard for that. I guess it all just depends on how you want to do it.
We could buy another plot of land nearby, so we don't have to modify anything.
I mean, maybe, but we're in the city here. I don't know if there's sufficiently
find-
open land.
Not gonna find much in the way of spots for it. And
I don't know.
I don't know. I just think of it as some kind of something convenient for Celine and I to use on a daily basis, just to, I don't know, make sure that we're preparing in the proper way.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that could be an overtime consideration, both with your spell casting and with the physical plans with your gnome construction supervisor here, to plot out something like this as best as you could.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
Well, you all end up getting a full night's rest. The sounds of the city. I mean, Norallie, you're used to them. I mean, you were before. You have been over the 6 months. Mordecai, maybe this is like, oh wow, I remember what this was like. You know, the sounds of the city overnight. It's you know, the hustle and bustle, people in the morning. You might not be up in the morning, but at least unconsciously, there's the smells of the bakers getting their first loaves of bread ready for the morning. You know, maybe the various like fishmongers and everything with the morning catch starting to go through the streets, shouting out, you know, to people for the wares. These things along those lines. The city wakes back up, not on fire, not overrun by undead. There are airships in the sky, so that kind of humming has now just become background noise. Where before, I mean, you could almost feel the chill, which didn't relieve. I mean, it kind of relieved the desert heat, but it didn't relieve the situation. But the chill of those engines in the desert so long ago now is now just background noise. As the airships come and go, the nautical ships come and go, and welcome back to the city. You're awake.
We should try and find Cypher.
Jewelry store first.
Yes.
Oh. Norallie.
This way.
I'll go too, but I'm working on a different thing, so I'll probably not too much.
Someone just conjure a tensor so she can sit on it and work on this project while you haul her around. Like putting the little kid in the wagon and taking him around the amusement park or something.
Actually, that reminds me. In our downtime, I wanted to buy a scroll of tensors. Were we able to do that?
Yeah, you can get a scroll of tensors. I'd have to generate whatever the price would be, but yeah, you can.
It's a first level scroll.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So like,
Yeah.
I think
25
gold.
commons are
Right? Would you like to ride a horse?
50 to
No,
100 or
I don't.
something.
I don't need to ride a horse. I just
Oh, it's
I'm still sorting out my spells.
So we're talking
Yeah, 50 to 100.
common. Yes, it'd be 50 then, because it's priced around the same as a potion of healing. You get common items 50 to 100 gold, and then you halve the consumables. So between 25 and 50 gold, and they normally price potions of healing at 50 gold. So
yeah, we'll make it an even 50. That'll work for now.
yeah,
Even 50 it is.
because then there's no,
Yourself a scroll of tenters floating disc.
which you could then inscribe into her book.
Which wouldn't take her too long. To
No,
prepare.
I mean the inscribing, especially considering I had like a month to do it.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to make sure that it was available and whatever. So okay.
The total time that Mordecai and Celine had been gone is 6 months. So
Scribing scrolls we resolved by pit fighting, Bright. So
It's an
Okay.
intelligence. It's a
Okay.
DC 11
it's a
int
struggle
check.
to get the words in your book and
Yeah, I literally can't fail that because I have +10. Oh no, that's a saving throw. Okay, whatever. I'll just click a bunch of times. See how long it takes.
aha!
the crit.
A red
Really
number.
enough time to check green number.
You
It's
inscribe
super
yourself
easy.
into the book and are trapped. We're now on a side adventure to rescue Bright from her own spell book.
You know
I've
what I
already been
imagine?
trapped in a spell. I don't want to do it again.
You know what I imagine? I imagine you just look at the scroll and it's like,
God, this is easy.
I don't even have to inscribe this down. Just literally grabs the scroll, like puts it into the spine of the book, and the scroll just merges into the blank page.
I mean, I could
You
probably
just
do
sew it
that
in
with
real
divination
quick.
spells.
I'm sure some interesting mishap can occur with the some
It just
interesting
destroys
mishap
the
can occur
scroll.
with this scroll of tensors that has happened. So just how you all have heard about apparently some incident at a gala involving Norallie and turning people blue. I don't know, Bright. If you want to come up with something, what could possibly happen when a wizard missed scrolls?
So
level
I mean,
one
I didn't actually fail because I
No.
rolled
I
25.
mean, if you just,
but
I don't know,
Some for
just
the
something
future.
like
sure, okay, just to make sure. But yeah, so I'm thinking like if you're inscribing a spell, remember in those days they didn't have like word processors and cut and paste and whatever. So I think the most likely mishap would be you get like half of the spell inscribed, and then you run out of like pages in your book, or you run into like something that you've
Or
already
you're-
inscribed, and you're out of space, or
Or
you
your
just
or the tip of your
can't fit.
pen breaks and it just splotches a bunch of ink on the page.
Yeah, I mean that can happen too.
your disc has like an intensely glowing splotch on it to kind of simulate the or whatever.
Or you start-
Nothing that mechanically changes anything, but just a fun little thematic like.
Or you don't write with the right magic ink, like you write with regular ink, and then it starts to like soak through the page, and it's all icky. It doesn't hold the magic, and
Yeah, so
Like
just
that,
an inconvenience happened.
you know how when you sign the back of your credit card, and then it gets smudged in your wallet.
Oh yeah.
Is that I hate that.
The
Like
ink
that.
smudges over time, and you're like, oh. You close your book and it smudges.
Yeah.
Well, poop. That's what a failed inscription goes like.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, it was a little bit of a time, and I don't know, maybe you recall. Wow, maybe I need to rebrush up on my calligraphy or something. That was kind of embarrassing. But yep, you have a tensor. Congratulations.
Okay.
So the silver shop. You know exactly where it is. It is not overrun by undead still. I don't know why I keep saying that like I need to. And Norallie, I don't know. This is your segment here. What are you saying and doing?
I just walk in,
Mhm.
you know, like I own the place. Peter!
One moment from the back, and there's the sounds of some metal stuff, kind of like jingling and ringling together, and kind of a bit of a bit of a huff. He comes out and is kind of pulls down a vest, and he has some tools of the trade with him here too. Oh, Norallie!
Hey.
Oh, good morning. It's a surprise to
Morning.
have you in the shop. What did you need?
Oh, my friends needed some things. And I told them that I know exactly who to go to.
Oh, well, hey, yeah, welcome. My name's Hiran, and what can I make for you, or what can I sell you, or what do you need?
I'm here to purchase wedding jewelry.
Oh yeah, of course. What kind of jewelry do you need?
A pair of rings.
Of course. Of course. You know, it was once said that I don't need to get into proverbs. You're here for business. Yes. Do you have a design in mind, or did you want to browse the ones that I've already made? Of course, I can etch them something custom.
What do you think, Celine?
Let's have a look at what you have. We hear from Norallie that you're quite the silversmith.
Oh well, absolutely. I am. I don't believe you're gonna find anyone that can outshine my handiwork. A bit of a polished joke.
My name's Mordecai.
Oh, Mordecai,
Celine.
Hiran, Sterlin. It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
So you two are the,
We are.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Norallie, these... I don't think you've told me about these friends.
They were out of town for a while, and I didn't know when I'd see them again, so they just came back in town.
Oh. And, Bright, I'm sorry. It's nice to see you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I got
you
so
too.
caught up in looking at everyone.
No, it's fine. I'm easy to overlook. I'm just here for moral support. You know, if they ask, hey, does this look pretty? Then I'll tell them. But otherwise, I'm not really shopping. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, if, I was looking into it, and if you need an enchanted ink, let me know. I've been working on infusing some various metals, including silver, into inks to really get the spells to hold. And
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be great. Yeah, I had some magic ink, and it kind of ended up going to waste, and I'm kind of sorry about that. So I would definitely like to try it. Also, is the ink glittery? I would like that too.
oh, I can make it glittery, like not just have a sheen, but you want actual little sparkles.
Yeah, that'd be the best.
Yeah, I have yeah, I have some silver leaf that I could just chop up really fine for you and just throw in there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Almost seems like a play on my last name.
I mean, you're not actually planning on chopping up Mordecai, are you? Because that
Huh?
wouldn't make it glittery. That would make it kind of like ooky.
What do you mean? No, why would I chop up Mordecai and put him in ink?
Just making sure. Just making sure.
My last name's Silverleaf.
Oh! Oh. Are you... oh. He looks a little confused, and for a moment he sort of tightens up. And of course, no, you're here to get the ring. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, silver leafing. It's like a very thin metal that you can put onto other things. Like you could cover wood with it, and it'll make wood look silver. I wouldn't. I have no reason to chop you up.
But upon learning that that's my last name, you 10-step friend.
Yeah, for a second, I thought maybe you were also a jeweler, like especially a silversmith. I mean,
oh no,
Silverleaf.
No.
And just a professionally tense moment. Did you come in here to judge me? To kind of see what's going on?
I want to insight check him.
Sure.
He seems a little dodgy.
Ooh, rocking a 22. That nice 6 insight now. You got the boosties.
Jeez.
So, yeah, he seems a little flustered. Which is making him come across kind of suspicious. You're also meeting Norallie's boyfriend for the first time. But in that moment he clenched up, there was a legitimate, like, arrival. And then he thought it over for a moment and kind of let that go.
Especially because we look similar.
Well...
It kind of shoots a glance at Norallie.
Yeah, well... Norallie, it's your turn to sweat it out now.
What?
Coincidence?
Yeah. She just like looks at you two and realizing, yeah, that skin tone is very similar. Yeah. But he has nicer horns than you do.
I
don't know if I should be a little offended by that.
There's no pleasing anyone in the jewelry shop this morning. Hiram is actually like, yeah, thank you. He's kind of like, because he has some like rings on his horns, and Mordecai, he has some really nice tail rings too. Like little like clasps around his tail.
Probably thinks he's made himself.
Yeah, he seems to be doing a good job. I'm sorry. So let's start over. I'm Hiram Sterlin, and I would like to help the both of you have the best wedding you two can have. And I would love to custom fit some jewelry for you. As friends of Norallie's, you're friends of mine. And he'll start showing off some different baseline rings. Ask you about your budget, about the things that you're looking to get.
Mordecai's probably going to insist that his be simple and practical. Because they're going to fight Shonareth. So something simple with maybe a little bit of etching, but that's really about it. Something thematic to Old Port in a way. Kind of thematic to the way that it was 10 years ago, in a way.
Okay.
Nothing super ornate, but something simple.
So he tells you that his father is a jeweler as well, and had picked up the craft from him. And he thinks that he has something in mind that he'll need to sketch out for you, because he doesn't have a ring like that. Since there's been a lot of his work is a lot more contemporary, and you see if not just contemporary old port design, you're also seeing some Shadowheart influence as well.
Yeah, this is. If it's going to take time, then I don't think we want to wait.
Oh, it won't take me long to sketch out.
No, but if it's going to take time to craft.
Oh, if you want a simple etching, no, I can have that done quickly. I'll make it a priority even, and he looks over to Norallie.
That would be nice.
If it'll
now
take
that's
less than a day.
Depending on how complicated you want the etching to be.
It's simple. And in fact, I'd probably even take just a plain ring if it's going to take that much time. We've got things to do today.
Even less of a day then. I can absolutely fit a ring to you. And then for Mrs. Mordecai? He's trying to be sly.
I'll go with something simple as well. Yeah, I'll go with something simple as well. I'm not gonna...
Plain silver ring?
Yeah.
Oh.
Plain and silver.
All right. Easily enough done. I don't... Do you want initials in there or something at least? A word? A simple gem inset? All these I could do in a couple hours. I mean, it's the morning. You gotta eat lunch sometime. You tell me what to do this morning, and I can have something done for you after lunch.
Mordecai pulls out the bloodstone that he has. How big is it? Is it fairly small? Is it fairly large?
The bloodstone was 1 second.
Because I don't have a gold equivalent on here about it because we never got it appraised.
Bloodstones are between 50 and 250, I think.
This was a 50 bloodstone.
50? So it's fairly small then.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't give, like, carrot size or anything. It's not like a speck, but...
Right.
Enough, like, it would be a decent stone for one ring, or, I don't know if you have another gem for hers, or if you want the bloodstone split, then it would be, like, 2 smaller gems.
What he holds it up to
Kieran.
I forget his name. He holds it up to Kieran. What could you do with this?
Oh, bloodstone. Opaque, dark gray with red flecks. Oh, this is worth about 50 in the market. Full price. I could set this into silver, no problem. The silver would do a very good job set against the dark gray. You'd have a nice shiny brightness, unless you wanted to let the silver tarnish, in which case it would almost match this opaque dark gray. Red flecks. I could put some polish on this stone. Looks a little worn, but not terrible shape. I could polish it, make it really make it sparkle.
Yeah. I think that set into silver for Celine's.
Oh. No stone for you, sir? Plain it is.
I've got enough on me.
Sure.
I think...
Like,
I would like to do something for his ring, though. And I think I've got just the thing.
Oh. He, looks to you, Celine. Yeah, what would you like to do then?
A simple etching, if I could have the paper and quill very quickly.
Oh! He goes to the back and comes back with some papers. You see that he has some other drawings, and he's pretty For a young guy, because he's about Norallie's age. For a young guy, he has some good talent in this regard. He must have been practicing for a while. So he takes the pages that have some scrawlings on them, sets them to the side. Yeah, ma'am, here you go.
And she is going to write on this piece of paper a single rune in Celestial.
Oh, that's a lovely picture of a cat. Do you two own a cat together?
No, it is an ancient rune.
Oh,
means
I'm
bond.
sorry. No, what does it mean again?
It means bond.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting. Well, I'll tell you what. I didn't know that. You taught me something. I'll etch it into your ring for free.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think it's only fair, don't you, Norallie? Beaming smile.
Very generous of you.
His cheeks flush purple a little bit. Yeah, so, go, enjoy your days, have a lunch someplace, and your rings, your almost plain rings, will be finished, I promise, by the time you get back from lunch, as long as that's after 1 o'clock.
That should be fine.
Fair enough.
Alright, we have some things to sort out then, don't we?
Yes. But Mordecai kind of looks to Harlan and tells him, Norallie is like a little sister to me.
Mm-hmm.
He would be wise to treat her well.
Oh, yeah, yeah, of course, I wouldn't. No, she's a nice lady. I mean, there was the
You
incident at the
wouldn't dream of
gala,
it,
but
would you?
that's, I mean, that I laughed. I thought that was fun.
Right, exactly. You wouldn't dare think of hurting my little sister, would you?
Oh no, no.
You're intimidating the poor boy.
Wow. Oh, she has some. I didn't know. She just has this family coming out of nowhere today. Yeah,
Just saying.
Norallie, I didn't know you had two brothers.
Oh, it's a technicality.
Oh, well, I'm glad I got to meet them both today, then.
Both.
Wait,
Both.
you met Loki?
Well, I guess so, yeah, same horns as you. I mean, Norallie, let's be fair, you have a magnificent rack of horns, and, pretty undeniable, and kind of a quiet guy, wore some pretty heavy robes, but he actually he left something back here. I was looking it over. Sorry, you all walked in and I got a little frazzled.
What did he leave?
Yeah, hang on, I'll go get it. And he brings out a black rock, and he said, "For my sister," and left. Oh, all right. I mean, I kind of put two and two together. I wasn't gonna ask questions because I don't know. He seemed kind of out of it, Norallie, and I didn't want any trouble.
He's gone emo.
Can Can I see the rock?
Yeah, here. He hands it to you.
Anything special about this rock?
Yeah, it feels really light. Like it's a rock, but it feels very light in your hands.
Do you want me to identify it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we can be here for 10 minutes. I'm sure. I'll do that.
Oh, I like. He goes back and brings out like a rock like rocks and gems and whatnot. An identification book from the back. I did it. If you want. Bright, you're a very smart woman. Woman.
Yeah, woman. I know it's hard to tell with gnomes, but no, I'm all grown up.
Yeah. No offense, Bright. Norallie's talked a lot about you, and you have a very youthful spirit.
I do. Just imagine how cute gnomes are as children, though.
Oh, I'm
That's,
sure.
That's why we never take them out of the town. It's just too cute.
I'm
They
sure.
must be
I
tiny.
think I heard someone identify him as excruciating. Probably like excruciatingly cute or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway,
No, when I said identify, I didn't mean look it up in a book. I meant, like, check it for magic powers.
Oh, that. Oh, I couldn't do that, but I can tell you.
what kind of stone is it?
It's a type of stone called pumice.
Pumice stone.
Yeah, it's a special type of stone that it's you don't see a lot of it. Well, here we can see some, but it actually seems to come from the volcano far to the south. For whatever reason, this stone actually can, in some cases, float, which might be how that's how we get it sometimes here. But maybe with the volcano being active lately, it came here and he found it and wanted to give it to Norallie. Norallie, I don't know if this stone means anything to you. But yeah, he gave you a volcano rock, so
Volcanic rock.
I looked it up. There's no like birth significance. There's really nothing. I wanted to kind of experiment with it, but not without your permission.
Let's see if Bright can check for magic on it first.
Yeah, something unassuming might have something of significance hidden in it.
Sure. Do you need a desk or something? Do you need a magnifying lens?
I mean, I'm standing here with my orb in one hand, my book in the other, and the rock, kind of under my arm or something. So yeah, a desk would actually be really handy.
Sure. Yeah, I trust you, Bright. Looks over at Norallie like, yeah, I'm in with your friends, and invites you to the back room. Lets you hop up on the desk where you can set your stuff out.
Okay.
Yeah, all kinds of gems and metals. There's a lot of reference things to, different formulas to make different things and whatnot. Though that's probably of no big concern to you. You cast the identify spell, and it's pumice.
Oh.
Does volcanic rock have any significance to you, Norallie?
Just pumice.
No, no. I've never been to a
Maybe-
volcano.
Before I go, though, I want to look around in the back room.
Maybe
Sure.
That's where he's going.
Pumice. Where in Mesopotami, where does pumice come from usually?
The volcano. I'll show you.
The lacuna. Because that's where the volcano is.
Yes.
He's in Lacuna.
So
But he's
you are
been to
here.
Lacuna.
There's the volcano.
Maybe that's where he's going.
Well, why would he come back from it? Just to go back there.
Maybe it's
Probably
the only way
in
he
the-
can reach out.
Or maybe in the moments of lucidity that he possesses. Because remember that Jade was much like that.
Yeah, he's probably the only... He only gets brief moments. And he had to figure out how to tell you somehow.
Mm.
And that's... In pumice is not worth anything monetarily.
Yeah, it's a novelty.
Hmm.
So... We try and find Cypher. And then we go to the volcano to find Loki.
Mm. May-
Do you want to
Maybe
go
we
find
should go
Loki?
to. I mean, maybe we should try to go to the volcano first. But wait, no, he was here today, so he should still be in town.
We can
Yeah,
try
I
and
mean, we
locate
haven't
him.
seen him in a while, so he could have gone to the volcano and come back again. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Locate Person, targeting Loki.
Okay.
Excuse me, Locate Creature. Actually, let me make sure that I can... Yeah, name a creature that is familiar to you. Yeah, it's a specific creature, so yeah. Does he show up on the radar?
No.
Hmm.
I'll try scrying on him as soon as we... I just try scrying on him. Whatever.
Okay. There's no
I mean, it's gonna
target
take
found.
10 minutes, but...
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Well, I can't find him magically, but he could be under the protection of a
Spell.
yeah, like a non-detection spell or even an anti-magic field.
I hope he's okay. I hope Cypher's okay. It's your choice kind of what we do here about this, Norallie.
Hmm.
Do we go after him?
Let's try to find Cypher first. We might need him.
Well, if I see... I mean, I saw him once. Maybe I'll see him again. Maybe he'll come in. I mean, Norallie, not... I don't judge you, because I know that you don't do this, but it looks like he's been in a rough spot. Really dark circles under his eyes. Doesn't look like he's slept in a long time. He might have been on the Luciferase at least at some point. But he didn't seem to be when he walked in. I don't know. He didn't talk. He just came in alone and left the rock, said a couple words, and left.
If you do see him again, tell him to go to the orphanarium.
Yeah, to the orphanarium.
Pretty likely to find us there.
Yeah, and you said his name was Lokiadius?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, anything for you, Norallie. And Mordecai, I guess he's
Wait.
your brother too, right? He means a lot to you. I'll make sure. I'll treat you right.
Celine raises her hand. No one said Lokiadius.
We only said Loki.
It was just Loki.
Huh?
I am going to immediately pop. Actually, no, I don't have that. That would have to be Bright who does that.
I have the gnomish mind probe, but out of respect for Norallie, I'm not just gonna mind probe her boyfriend.
No, I was saying.
Oh, sure, now you don't mind probe NPCs. Alright, I see how it is.
I mean, I will if Norallie tells me to, but otherwise I won't.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you to mind probe my. Yeah, no, I didn't say his name. I just said Loki.
All of us only said Loki.
And I don't know if this will work to detect anything, but I would like to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Okay. Was there another spell going off by someone else too? I want to know the stack of spells here.
I am just kind of staring at this guy now. He knows things he shouldn't.
Yeah. I don't think I have a spell to cast right now. Actually, no, I do. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor. I'm gonna cast Mage
All right.
Armor.
That's a good spell to have handy and cast. Sure. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh.
No, I have to know where they are. Nope.
Okay. Celine, you detect an aberration in front of you.
Right. Celine's eyes tick to Mordecai, and she says, she's looking at him like, do something.
Guys, what? Like, because he sees Bright, like, the pink sparkles go up, and his eyes go wide.
Who are you?
I'm here in Sterlin. What? I already told you my name. What's going on? Norallie.
Actually, I'm a little confused too. What's going on?
Yeah, guys, what is going on? I'm confused too.
Registered as Shona Ruthie.
He knows Lokiadius' name because he is the same as Loki.
Or he is Loki. And we're looking at him currently with the disguise spell on.
I hope he's not Loki. That would be gross.
No, what? No. I'm me.
I would know the location of said aberration. Is it centered on him?
Yes, it is. So as you kind of mentally squint with your spell to try and pin it, it's coming from his head somewhere.
Yeah, because for the duration, you know if there is an aberration, celestial,
Yeah.
elemental, fate, either are within 30 feet, as well as where the creature is located. Wait.
Make a
Because the spell just gives me that info.
yeah, there's a so he pings, and then as you're kind of clarifying this really tense moment, like he's taking a step back, his hands are up, and he's looking really panicked. You give a magical squint, and there's this sort of like highlight aura coming from
His head.
coming from his head, specifically his right ear.
Ah. I believe you, Huron. But I think something may have gone on. I need you to turn, and she'll give him the direction. It'll be this way, technically.
Yeah, he turns.
So there's... And I'm looking at his right ear.
There's like kind of a glistening slug behind it, but it has a couple sets of like compound eyes.
Listening in. One moment, Huron, and we will extract this bug from you.
What are you talking about? My shop's clean.
There is a... No. There is a glistening slug just behind your ear, and
What?
I'm thinking that
He like goes to
Lokiadius
reach back.
And Celine will stop. It's like, no. Still. And I'm going to attempt to extricate it.
With
Celine, what is going on? What is this
Look at it.
bug?
Look at his right ear.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's a
Shona Ruthie thing. I'd like to attempt to... Actually, I'm going to attempt to Sacred Flame it, because I can make that about as small as I need.
I mean, if we need to do precision work, I can disintegrate.
Don't
So
say
little
that.
slug that needs to make a deck save with no bonus to cover.
your magic does not work on it.
Oh,
Yep.
because it's Shonaruthi. Only Norallie is going to be able to do it.
Okay, and I'm gonna reach over and grab the slug with a shocking grasp.
Okay. Roll a
hope so.
percentile, please.
For a
Fireball.
cantrip?
Oh, is that a cantrip?
That's
Yeah.
Oh,
Cantrip.
it's shocking grasp. I thought that was a 1. Never mind. I mean,
Well,
if you want, put some extra wild magic in it.
I'm not pulling up my book.
Okay. The options
Turn
there.
it blue.
Sure. Yeah, you. And it roasts in between your fingers as you pluck this now shriveled and stinking
Yes.
thing from him.
Gross. I just kind of toss it. Ew.
And as you do, he kind of staggers and catches himself and clutches at his face. What was
Aaron, you okay?
Norallie?
Hey,
Norallie, what are you doing here?
we
We came to get some
We-
rings from you.
yeah, we can get rings, and you said you saw my brother, and then there was that slug on you.
I can still disintegrate him if you want.
No.
I don't think that's necessary at this point.
Oh, okay.
Do you not remember us walking in the door?
kind of. Like, I think there was... I thought someone might have been asking questions. No, I'm sorry if we'd met. I must... Maybe I need to have another orange juice or something. No, I opened up and there was I had my first customer. I came out and he had a question about a rare stone or something, and I don't know, after that it just kind of, it's a little hazy.
What did he look like?
Kind of, actually, Norallie, he kind of had horns like you did. Was covered up though. Kind of difficult. Yeah,
So
I went to the back, and there was the book. Pumice. He gave me pumice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Comes specifically from the volcano.
Yeah. Oh, odd. Sometimes it can wash up on shore here. It's kind of an uncommon thing. The volcano's been active lately. Maybe he just wanted to evaluate it. Although I'm a silversmith. I don't know.
Or
I mean, it may be
that's
some
what
kind
was-
of a magic locus, like a focus for him to target scrying spells, or it could be cursed. Probably not
no,
cursed. Could be.
no. I'm thinking something a lot simpler than that. I think it may have been a delivery system for that slug that we just removed.
I mean, maybe. But how? I mean, how would that interact?
And is he still trying to tell Norallie something?
He said, "For my sister." And pumice is created at the volcano because it needs a lot of heat.
Mhm.
Volcanic type rock. It needs
Right,
a
it's
lot
a
of heat
volcanic rock, right?
and a lot of pressure. You want to
No,
know
not-
where else might have had a lot of heat and a lot of pressure?
Not pressure, just heat. I mean, it's formed by the flying ash. There's no pressure. That's why it's so light. But definitely the lava. It needs the lava. It comes out of the volcano.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I think there is another place that would provide the heat necessary to form pumice.
And what is that?
Why, huh?
The crater.
Crater?
Is the crater active? Like a volcano is?
It doesn't
Well,
need
Or would
to
it?
be.
Yeah, I think she's thinking it could have formed in the impact. And
That
it's
would
possible.
provide it would provide the conditions necessary and also lace it with all manner of things.
Yeah, but then wouldn't it be like full of all kinds of? I mean, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the pumice was that slug was hiding in there, and as you were examining the pumice, it's climbed up onto you and latched in, whatever it was.
I'm glad that you got whatever. Why would someone? Was I attacked? Why would someone want to attack me? Norallie, I didn't make anyone upset, did I?
No, it's just a way to get to Norallie. You're just you're an innocent bystander.
Yes.
The pawn they were attempting to use?
They probably wanted that slug to go to me.
Possibly.
They probably
I
didn't
mean,
think that.
There's a lot of
Here I would
creatures out
examine
there
it.
that
Oh,
There's a lot of things that want you right now, Norallie.
and I think
Yeah.
I know why. Norallie's magic is the only magic that works.
Well, not quite the only, but it's most of it.
Who is
I was
the
hoping-
perception monkey in the party right now?
That would be moi.
I
Could
have
be
a
me.
17.
I've got 15.
Ooh.
I
I have a
16.
20.
Ooh.
I have
Oh,
a
okay.
20.
Ooh.
Look at you.
Hey, look at me. I got 11.
I used to have an
Norallie goes
11.
to 11.
You used to have a 21, too, a 27 as well, so...
I used to have a 27. Don't anymore.
I'm thinking of taking Prodigy, if I'm being honest.
Prodigy's pretty good.
And I can as a half-elf take it, because it's a human half-elf half-orc.
What if you're half elf and half orc? And you wouldn't have any human part to take it.
That's the
I mean,
writer.
half-elf and half-orc kind of just makes you 50% human and 25% the rest. No, 25% elf, 25% orc. But, so yeah, passive perception 20. What do I get?
I want you to make an active one. I just wanted to know who would have the highest chance of noticing something. But with
then
you like
I can,
looking around and discussing.
I can make an active check.
Okay. Yep. This would be active eyeballs. Por favor.
Oh, those rolls are just bad. I've got a +1 to that, so I'll add a +1 to make it a 16.
Let me click that.
Because I
That's
know
foul.
Raven gave. Yeah.
Oh, right.
a
We've got our
15
plus
and
ones.
a 5 and a 1. Thanks, game. I still get this distinct feeling that. Oh no. I'm not getting that.
You're discussing this. You're looking around. Like you're talking about pumice, and you're like something happened here in the jewelry store, and Celine, there's just you're not sure what it is, but there's something doesn't look right.
There's something off
It's-
here.
Enough to get a weird feeling, but you're not quite sure. Like your eyes kind of drift around to a lot of different things. Where you're standing, you're at the desk. There's the stone. There's everyone here. There's the back room. There's just like something in the immediate context of the conversation in space that is just, it's like catching your eye, but your eye just almost like skips over it. Like you can't seem to focus onto it.
Do I get the feeling that I'm being watched?
Insight?
Yeah, let's hope that's better. Not a lot better. I have +10 in both of these games, what the hell?
The concept of possibly being scryed on came up, so that could be kind of geeking you out. Nothing like walking down a back alley and like it's a physical set of eyes, like someone like physically following you. I mean, maybe the thought that you're being scryed on could be kind of weird.
Oh, you're muted, Fluff.
Oops. I'm gonna use my see invisibility power.
Okay. you go through different predator filters on your visor until you get to invisible, and
much.
there's nothing invisible here that is being picked up.
Okay.
That would include scrying sensors as well, because those are also invisible.
Yep.
Correct. You do not see an invisible scrying sensor.
Alright.
So I'm
I'll
sorry
start
to
casting
disappoint you by
Detect
telling
Magic
you
as a
you're safe.
ritual as well.
What's that?
Yeah, I'll start casting Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay, no problem. So Hiram kind of shakes it off, or Hiran with an N, and thank you. I
I do hope that you're
if I-
feeling better.
I kind of remember that you two are getting married, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it seemed, I don't know, almost like just a distant kind of tinny voice or something. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what I did. Hopefully nothing bad, but you're here, Norallie. Thank you. Oh, this is embarrassing. You brought some friends in, and apparently I'm in a bit of a state.
Oh, no,
I'm
it's
fine.
not-
I promise. Let me make this up to you. You wanted plain rings, and there was a gemstone.
It's Bloodstone.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, plain rings. You want an engraving? It was a cat and a bloodstone. Inset.
It looks like a cat, yeah.
It does look a little bit like a cat.
But
But
yeah,
no,
hey.
it's not your fault. Not in any.
Well, you know what? Friends of Norallie. In fact, Mordecai, you're her brother. Wait, you're her other brother? I met her brother, didn't I?
Well,
I don't remember.
she's like a sister to me. We're
He's
not
her brother
Oh.
from another mother and also father.
Oh,
Like
of course.
covenant.
I've.
We're not actually blood related.
Oh, well. I mean, even if you're friends, I've treated Norallie exceptionally. No. She and I are. We're good.
A thing?
Yeah, we're a thing, right? He looks over to you, Norallie, right? We're a thing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we're things.
Well, in case it wasn't clear before and you missed it, don't hurt her, because you and I will have words if you do. Just in case you missed it.
Yeah, I don't want words with you. I mean, I'll talk with you. Yeah. Before I say anything else, like he stops, and so like this form of him is a little less like jittery or skittery. He does seem more composed, though a little uncertain. Before I apparently step in things anymore, why don't I just get to work? It shouldn't take more than a couple hours. This is some very, very baseline stuff. You'll get a good ring. Don't get me wrong. Oh, there I go again. You'll get your rings. Come back after lunch. I think that sounds good, and we'll be good. And if you don't believe me, Norallie can stay here and watch if she wants, or if she wants to go and have lunch with you, that's fine too. But I promise you, he promises you, Norallie, they're gonna get good rings. Looks to the two of you, you're gonna get good rings. Looks to you, Bright. Bright, I've been working on a new formula for an enchanted ink. It has some silver in it, and it's kind of.
Yeah, I think I've heard about it.
Oh.
I definitely would be excited to see it when you're ready.
Okay.
Oh, and also put some glitter in it.
Oh yeah, I have some silver leaf that I can grind up and put into it.
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
It'll sparkle. You'll almost swear that this silver just replicates itself and spreads everywhere your ink does.
That's just what it's supposed to do.
That's the way the glitter is.
Yeah. Yeah. I got y'all. In fact, if you're leaving, I'll go back and do this now. Norallie, can you flip the sign around? no one else is coming in the store. I don't want. I mean, you all can, but I don't want anyone else. I don't want any other business. I don't want slugs. I don't want nothing except to work and to make this right.
Should definitely keep the slugs out.
Yeah, no more aberration slugs.
Yep. He offers a saying that's kind of like an apple a day keeps, I don't know, like the monsters away.
A salt shake a day keeps the slugs away.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry, bit of a perfectionist. I don't know if Norallie told you. So he's bragging about himself. It'll get done.
All right.
On my
Look forward to
honor
it.
as a Sterling.
I look forward to it. All right.
The
Well, let's
reputation of
go.
Sterling Silver can't be tarnished.
Perfect.
Yes.
Way to play on names. Yes. Look forward to it. We'll go to lunch. You have work to do. And we have work to do.
All right. All four of you are leaving?
Yep.
Okay.
Your spell didn't work, Celine, did it?
Not on it, no.
Now that means that we still don't have what we need.
Now, I will say this. The detection worked.
The detection did work.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So-
I was thinking that, maybe, like, Loki and maybe even some of the others, like Tiba, aren't being detected by me because of, like, being shown earth infused somehow. But Celine's detection worked, so I don't know if there's something different going on or if that's just not a good theory.
Curious.
Hmm.
If we try to send a sending to Loki,
I've tried from time to time, but I don't know that he would even respond. I can send one now if you want.
I was thinking I could send one.
Sure, go ahead. I'm just glad it wasn't an intellect devourer. I was really
Yeah.
worried for a minute.
That would be
Yeah.
really bad.
Because
Ran
then
into it out in
Norallie's
the
boyfriend
forest.
would be a corpse. Because we don't have the ability to recover someone's brain.
Meanwhile, in the side game, there's a pixie in the back room that high fives a mushroom. Like, got him.
Yeah, I'm casting a sending to Loki. We got your message. Norallie got your message. Are you alive?
There is no target.
Ah, damn. No, it doesn't land. No target. Much is the same as I experienced with Tiba?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So if he is around, he's not reachable.
Yes.
So it looks like we'd have to go looking for him on foot if we're gonna go looking for him at all today.
I don't know if I want to.
Why not?
You try to slug me.
Yeah, he's probably not the same as you remember at all. if the last few brief interactions we've had with him are any indication.
Yeah, they have been.
Are you giving up on him then?
I don't know. Today's definitely not the day.
This is... There is...
Norallie,
constant.
we've talked about Loki on and off since we've met you. You've non-stop wanted to find him. It's the whole reason that you even ventured out of Mask of Horns.
Yeah, it is.
And you're giving up on him.
I didn't say I was giving up. We can't do it today.
Why not?
We can't do it today. Not after you did that.
I'm not sure that I'm not sure that
do you want... Don't. Go ahead.
You're sure you don't want to do that today when he's in the city?
He was either trying to hurt me or trying to hurt Kieran to get to me. I don't want to think about it right now.
So when do you want to do it?
I don't know.
We're gonna have to confront him at some point, Norallie.
Do we?
Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to give us a choice.
He's either gonna come looking for us or we're gonna go looking for him. That seems like it's gonna be part of it. And in the process, he may try to hurt you. I promise you I'm not going to let that happen. We will do everything that we can. And he kind of walks up close to her and kind of cups her cheeks in his hands and kind of looks her in the eyes.
Mm.
You're not alone. You have me,
I know.
you have Bright, you have Celine, and Cypher, wherever he's at.
I don't really want to see him right now.
Okay. We don't have to. But I thought maybe you'd want to take advantage of that.
He's avoided me for what, 3 years now? At least for him. He doesn't want me to find him. And then the only time I hear from him, he's slugging my boyfriend.
Like we said, it could just be the only lucidity he has to send you a message.
What would happen if I got slugged?
I mean, we'd find a way to save you.
And magic doesn't work on me.
Well, that's true, but I mean, we'd
still try.
yeah, there are lots of things we could try. Like I could dominate you and order you to disintegrate your own slug, for example.
Bright, this would involve you making contact with the slug, but you also could just have like crushed it because it's a little slug.
I mean, yeah, that's also possible. We don't have to use magic. It's just a little slug.
But I also have this sneaking suspicion, Norallie, that since you're not affected by any of the entities that we've encountered so far, not by the Fae, not by the Fiends, not by... have no interest in Ouijas, and you're imbued basically with the magic of the earth.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't even work on you.
I suspect you're closer to the land than we are.
I mean, you are made out of crystals. Kinda.
It's my bones are made of crystals.
Well, that's part of you. Not
Yeah,
for lack of trying, but it is.
Crystals are made from the earth.
That's true.
I don't know, just something to think about, because like we discovered, the flowers kind of serve as a bit of a protection versus Shuddereth. Something about them. There's got to be some way that we can make them useful to those of us who aren't blessed like that. So, I don't know what I'm trying to get at.
Let's go have lunch.
The ramblings of a big brother. Because you are like a sister to me. Don't you ever forget it.
Let's go get lunch.
Well, there's plenty of places to eat. You all can have your pick. Your lunch.
I'm in the mood for poultry.
Oh, there's plenty of that around. And there's something about that poutine with the potatoes and the cheese curds and the gravy. It's just, it hits the spot, especially when it's been so cold. So you go, you have lunch, you discuss. At one point while you're eating, because eating outside is it's nice now for that sort of a thing, and things are pretty busy for the lunch rush. You actually see Gaspard, Mordecai, and you and Celine see this gnome inside like a metal frame body that makes him about as tall and big as well, Goliaths don't exist in this world, at least not that you're aware of. but as big as a Goliath. So medium size, but like we're talking, just
7 feet plus.
if they had hair, they'd be large. So it's a hair below large. But yeah, he's inside, and he's leading a small parade of Kyberners. Looks like they're coming from the port area, and they all have like big things of lumber. And like he looks over and sees you all, and just gives a bit of a noisy like metal grind wave, and continues.
No, just wave back.
People look on with curiosity, but they've been doing this long enough that it's not like there's a parade of children or anything following them behind. But so he saw you over lunch. Tells you that hey, work continues. Looks to you in particular, Bright, and says, "Don't worry. All the workers still have their lunch break, and they're going to get to play with the timber. We're just taking it from the boat to the site."
No, that's fine. I trust you. Everything has always been according to plan, and
All according to plan.
in full consultation and compliance with the relevant labor safety regulations.
Mm-hmm.
We did that part off stream.
Yeah. Those paladins of OSHA are just like super dedicated, and will.
Goddamn.
Yeah. So lunch passes. Norallie, you can eat all the comfort food you want. It's the couple hours of time, and you can return for your rings as they're presumably finished. Norallie, you were given a key that you can come back in, since you're the one who sort of locked the door on the way out. There's an automatic response of oh wait, it's Norallie. Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
That only makes sense. Mordecai, Celine, are you here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll be right out. He comes out, and he tells you that the rings have been done for a while. He appreciates the time that you gave him. Mordecai, it's a very simple setting, right? It's a gem that just needed a bit of polishing, and then he just put like a little silver holder on a plain band, so that you can give that to Celine as her ring. Celine, yours with the cat, quote unquote, this celestial rune that means bond. That was easy enough, and he tells you, I finished these. I hope they're to your liking. Everything is buffed and polished. It should be good to go. Again, no charge.
They are wonderful, thank you.
No charge.
But I've been...
At all?
No, please. Apparently I caused a bit of a concern, and honestly, if this helps make Norallie happy, then that makes me happy as well. You chose plain bands, and you brought your own gem. It's fine. I don't want to brag, but I'll get by. My family can take care of me if for some reason I don't sell a silver ring.
No, I insist. And he's going to hand over 100 gold for the guy's time.
He whistles. Are you sure, Mordecai? Norallie, he looks over to you, Norallie, like, Norallie, I didn't know that Mordecai was of a family of means.
I insist.
All right, no arguments. You don't have to twist my tail.
Consider it an investment in your business.
Sure, hey, I'll consider it an investment in dinner tonight, right, Norallie? All right. Well, thank your not brother over here then for a nice. If you don't mind, I'm going to borrow Norallie tonight.
You can borrow me with that?
Don't let me stand in the way of young love.
No, and thank you, and you can open things back up. I'd finished. I could have opened about an hour ago, but I was looking over these plans, and he puts out the things that, if you recall, he'd been working on things in the back, like etchings and everything. And he's like, I don't. They were back there, but I don't remember writing these out. I'm trying to figure it out because it looks it's my hand, but I don't know if it was part of this memory hole or whatever. It looks
I'll have
nice.
a look over them.
I love the design, but
I'll have a look over them.
With Mordecai's help, Bright, can you make an investigation at advantage, as you have Mordecai's eyes on this as well?
I sure can.
And while they're doing that,
I'm on the wrong page. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was about to
don't have my
cast
character
Disintegrate.
No, I can't find my character sheet. I closed it by mistake, and now I can't find it. Okay, here it is.
I
Okay.
get it. We're wrapping up. Don't worry.
No, I'm not itching to go. I closed it by
I'm razzing
mistake.
you.
That's all. Okay.
I'm gonna-
What is it? Investigation with advantage? Okay.
Yeah, please.
Do that. Okay.
I am going to
13.
go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and give Hero just one more look over with Detect Evenly Good, just to make sure that he doesn't have like another slug on him.
Nope. No pings of slugs or other things.
And you are also disgusting apparition from beyond the stars free, my friend.
Okay. So this, what you get is, I am amending a couple things.
Did I get disconnected?
No.
No, you're
I'm sorry. I need to.
He's typing a thing.
The number, all right. So the number of X's you're seeing does not correlate at all to what's there. But what you're able to make out when you look is in the etchings, actually pretty subtly done. And now that Bright's pointing this out, Celine, it's like someone pointing out a magic eye to you. Like, this is the weird thing. Like, your eyeballs kept skirting over it, but they were catching on that the etchings and everything, like the designs that he brought out with the book, where he's like, pumice, right? Because he brought everything out. Written in the lines and in the designs that he was making in the back is a message. And Bright, at least what you can translate from the drawings is you're getting this message in the etching. And I'll copy this in chat for everyone as well if you want to see. Remember, the X's do not correlate to a number of like missing letters. It's just there for like to space it.
When you say translate, do you mean like we can't read the letters or we can't read the language?
It's not a language. It's because it's written in a design. Like,
okay.
It's as I described, it's kind of like a magic eye. Like
It's written interpretive dance.
Sure. It's weird. Like, you need spooky eyes to read it or something, because it's not really a language. It's a concept that was etched out.
It's like super fancy cursive calligraphy that you can just barely make out.
Yeah. Or have any of you seen Russian cursive? There you
Yes.
go.
I was thinking more like Rupert's Diary, if anybody's played Detroit. I guess none of you have played Detroit, so much for that.
I played it.
I just bought Detroit today.
Oh, well then, okay.
So the sentences are concepts. So you get Hilder something volcano, something gate, but it's an like it's gate, but not gate, whatever. Some things like a possessive cra. But there's definitely like small escape, something stop her alone, last concept must return to.
Maybe the rock is a clue. The pumice stone.
Yeah, maybe it is.
But yeah, Huron doesn't really recall making these. He doesn't know where they came from. Like, he can tell it was his inks. Like, he has the depleted ink bottle and stuff in the back. So he must have done it, but he doesn't, like, he didn't do this that he recalls. It doesn't mean anything to him because he was trying to figure this out.
The slug may have forced him to do it.
Must return to.
Hilda. Volcano. Gate.
Yeah.
Something cra. Something.
Yeah. My first thought was crater, but it doesn't have to be crater. Could be. You know. Could be all kinds of things.
I'm curious.
Stop her alone.
Yeah, that's probably not a good choice. I think she should definitely be tackled in groups.
I think Grimhilda may have gone off the deep end and is trying to do something.
I mean,
Well,
it's
you
possible
did say
that
that she was trying to take power from Weejas.
yeah, it's possible that Loki and Grimhilder have had a bit of a falling out. Not necessarily a personal falling out, just if Grimhilder's trying to go rogue and Loki's still working for Shonaruth, they may not be able to work together anymore. They may fight.
Celine, give me an investigation at advantage, please. All these thought bubbles. Let's see what happens.
Do the thinky thoughts.
Yes, and as part of the thought bubbles, again, I am going to
Guidance.
gift the lad my knowledge, and as such, have her gift her knowledge to me. I'm gonna need it.
Oh, okay. And
18. Plus 4 is a
Ooh,
22.
Oh, she's
Yeah!
smiling on you.
Roll high! Yay! I don't know the religion checks that I'm actually really fucking good at.
so, trying to put this mental picture together here, you know, because you mentioned, all right, so we got this concept of volcano, we have Grimhilder, even your own words from earlier when you said like her face was cracking into lava. Wait a minute. Something's a possessive cra. She's cracking?
Possessive's cracking. She's cracking.
Like literally cracking.
Like she can't maintain her form, maybe.
Yeah, that's
Hilda.
possible.
Maybe she's a creature
Wait,
that has to subsist on something.
wait. No. Hold on.
No, what?
Hold on.
Okay.
Hilda. She's cracking. Something about a gate. The volcano. Grimhilda. A
She's trying to
gate.
create a gate? Or find a gate?
The volcano's been active.
I
with the-
kind of
with the-
tied that into thinking that that's the land is going haywire because she's dying.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, if Grimhilda is cracking,
Does that mean her power source is gone?
no. If If she had an agreement with Weejas,
Like we were about to do.
oh god.
That we got out of there from.
How?
Not unscathed, but we did.
I'm gonna switch this to an out of character thing for a moment so that I can explain my thoughts
Sure,
out
sure.
of character before we go in character. Grimhilda had an agreement with Weejas. How would Grimhilda go about honoring such an agreement?
Depend on what we just was asking for. Killing people?
What did we just ask you for?
Grimhilda said, "You owe me."
Yeah.
What has Grimhilda been doing over the past while?
Well, the thing is, we don't really know what she's been doing.
We don't. No.
Well,
Not really.
think of it this way. You think she hasn't been killing people?
Well, I assume that she's killing people because she doesn't strike me as strike me as a good character. She's
Think
an
of it this way.
antagonist for a reason.
Yeah,
Think of it this
but
way,
she's
right?
not killing as many people as she could be killing. She's doing something else.
Yeah.
Like if she was killing people just left and right, we'd have, we'd have major disasters in cities. But that's not what we're seeing.
Well, her patron
Yeah, but-
was Mercury.
Yes, but here's the thing, right? Grimhilda, volcano, the gate. A gate. She's cracking. Small escape. Stop her alone. As in, Loki's probably going to try and stop her alone.
Yeah.
I think in order to honor her agreement to Weejas, I think Grimhilda's looking to start a mass extinction event using the volcano. Literally, she's cracking. I'm thinking that she's going to basically try and entreat herself to Weejas by powering Weejas way the hell up with a mass death event.
I don't know that that's. I mean, we could always investigate the volcano and look, but I don't think that's it. I mean, because if she hadn't, it obviously it hasn't happened yet. So if it hasn't happened yet, then what does we just owe her? Nothing. We just would only owe her after it's happened.
She wouldn't be there asking for no reason, though.
Oh, I certainly agree on that.
Now,
I mean,
if
she's-
we're wading in the waters of possibility or paranoia, who would like to volunteer for me to stir the pot a little bit? With no guarantee that this is anything other than me just using you as a conduit to inject a thought.
Sure, I'll stir the pot.
Oh,
I'll stir the pot.
okay.
We're all down to stir the pot.
All right. If you all are willing to wade in these waters, with no guarantee that this information is accurate, but it could be, and you're talking about it, sure. Let's do this then. Actually, I think it'd be appropriate if Mordecai does back up. Bright, I want you to make another investigation, or an Arcana. Either. I'll take either from you, and Mordecai can give you backup on this.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's a pretty
Guidance.
obvious choice.
Guidance also.
Okay, so
So it's
26
Yeah.
26 at a D4.
plus a 4.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna add my +1 too.
Ooh,
So
all right.
27
Yeah, let
plus
me click
24.
that off.
Alright,
That's a
30. 30.
Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, let
All
me.
the thinky bits from the very smart gnome.
Okay. Now, this is a thought. When you gazed at the flesh tree in Green Shield, what happened?
Well, it put the whammy on me. I got mind controlled.
What did you see, I should say?
Oh. Do you mean like the shifting faces? Or do you mean, I actually don't
what
remember
happened?
if
What
I-
happened with the tree?
I actually don't remember if the tree did something special.
Mordecai?
Does anyone else remember?
I don't
I
remember.
mean, I could always go back and rewatch it.
It's all right.
The YouTube is that far
The
along.
tree was buried.
Oh, yeah, well, it got buried by, we thought it was Raphael, but it was actually the Shadowhar. Or was it the other way around?
All signs point to it
Raphael
was
actually
Raphael and the powerful cult
Right.
using high-end
Yeah.
magic to bury the tree because they couldn't affect it.
Right,
So what they did is they just like summoned up like earth and whatever, and they just covered it.
right.
Which
Yeah, it got
didn't
the
destroy the tree,
Chernobyl.
but at least it like stopped it. It encased it. You know.
So it wasn't affecting anybody anymore.
Now, what do volcanoes do?
They cover the
Okay,
land.
thing.
Ta-da. Put your tinfoil hats on, everyone.
Oh. What if there's a massive thing buried under the volcano?
Well, I don't think it's that. I think they want to cover the crater with it. Like, send up a whole eruption and use it to cover maybe all of Mesotopia. Or at least this whole region. Like
To
this
cauterize the
whole...
wound?
The whole big area, yeah. And if that blows up Mesomasca too, that would be considered acceptable losses, frankly.
This
Like
would kill
Selena was
hundreds.
saying.
This would kill hundreds of thousands of people, and guess where those souls would be going?
To Ijas, of course. Yeah.
Oh God.
So
We cannot let her do that.
no, we sure can't.
And also possibly
so-
doing what? Not only empowering Ouija's, but
Yeah, it would be destroying the crater. It would clear the path for
Cyrus.
yeah.
That or it would bury him.
yeah,
Yes.
theoretically, Shonaruth is here waiting for you.
It would bury Shonaruth. That's why that would make sense as to why Loki would have an interest in stopping it.
Yeah.
So we have to find him.
We have to find him.
Our goals would be aligned at this point.
That'd be nice. We could always use more allies. Even I mean, I really want to save him, for Norallie. But
Me
it would
too.
also be nice to have another ally. Someone who knows Shonaruth. Because we lost our connection to Shonaruth when we lost, Jade and Jaden. Jacob. So we don't have anyone with inside knowledge anymore.
We can't let that many people die. And defeating Shonaruth is important, obviously. So just covering up the wound is not going to solve the issue. The world is still going to die. And opening up another wound doesn't seem like it's going to heal anything.
So it seems to me that if she's actually showing physical volcano signs, that she must be way, way down that path already. Either something she got in Oiho, or something that she's already made some kind of connection with the volcano. Because there were, there's plenty of lava in hell. We don't know about that.
Yeah.
It just seemed to be pouring out of those dragons and giants that were all bound up and everything too.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty similar.
She's like them.
She's trying to become like them, yeah.
But think about it. If Ouija's was willing to turn us into things that were very similar to Raphael and put in strength and size and power, then Mercury doing the same thing would basically look like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Makes sense.
Mercury or Grimhilder?
Either. I mean, Ouija's was the source of power on Raphael's side, and Mercury would be the source of power for Grimhilder. But if it doesn't, I mean, if Mercury's dead or imprisoned or whatever, she had a bad day, that power could be floating around loose for the taking.
Could be. She's maybe soaking it all up. And what's to stop her with all of the holes that the Shadowhar are making to that realm?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I've been thinking we might be able to go back there. Carefully, but we might be able to do it.
Go back to Oiho?
If we need to.
To get Fenrir if we did.
I don't really want to.
Yeah, I don't want to either, because last time I was there for 10,000 years.
I feel like myself when I'm here. I don't feel like I'm me when I'm there.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be weird if we go back, but, I mean, if we have to follow her into hell, that's what we have to do. We did it before. And, I mean, if we'd all known what it was like, do you think we would have not gone? I think we still would have gone.
We were going for Jaden.
Selene and Mordecai, by your powers combined, can I get a religion at advantage?
You're probably better at that than me, so.
I have a +5 to it.
I have a +5 as well, so.
They give me
Whose
a guidance.
religion is bigger?
Donk.
Kathonk.
Oh.
21.
Just for the record, I also have +5.
Well, yes, that makes sense. It's 20.
Yeah, but you hard cast your religion.
Look, I got a +1 religion.
You don't get any bonus ramps into it. So Selene, maybe more like Mordecai. Selene wasn't necessarily around for this, but of course, by your brains combined, and of course, Bright can be in on this as well. So yeah, if hell is, Oiho is bleeding energy, could be souls or something. Might need more. By the way, I'm absolutely fine feeding paranoia. I make no assertions whether this is correct or not. But if you're thinking already along these lines, why don't I stir the pot? If Oiho is already bleeding off with no necessarily new source of power, and you already know Mercury, whether she's alive or dead, Mercury had been ruling that place cautiously and had been grooming and accumulating power for a very long time because she is an original fiend. Like, she was the leader of the insurrection that started eating dragons to become, fiends themselves.
Yeah.
There's only one source, apparently, of souls, or maybe energy. Or at least if Shonaruth is taken out, because that's the big threat, that even Mercury had plans to try and weaponize Norallie against Shonaruth. There's only one other power then that could possibly be greater. And that would be, ultimately, Ouija's. As a source of power, as a source of souls and energy, as the only remaining, elder something from that era, and Mercury or Grimhilder as a warlock of hers, as a contractor, as an acolyte of hers. options.
I'm just thinking. Grimhilda could also be looking to power Mercury up. If Mercury's still alive.
That's
Yeah.
a possibility as well.
There's so
Either
many
way,
possibilities.
Either way, a lot of people are going to die.
We have to make sure that doesn't happen.
Celine, I love your conspiracies. I'd love you to roll an investigation for me.
Investigation?
Yes. What awful seeds can I plant in your brain? Which may be true in whole or part, or not at all.
I don't know. Let's find out.
I love how we're just talking about this
Nothing.
casually in front of Noralie's boyfriend.
Well,
You can be in the
that's
public
so
street if you
interesting.
want. I'm not a...
yeah, I assume we went to lunch for this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, we came back from
Yeah, you had to
lunch.
come back from lunch to read the
Well-
message that was left.
Oh, yeah, we would have had to. Okay.
I feel like you guys are talking about this, and Huron and Norallie are just making googly eyes at each other and chatting.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, and Norallie's like, oh, where should we go for dinner?
Yeah, or we could have gone out for coffee or something. I don't know.
Celine, another brain bubble. There's something. Like that one illustration of Celine from before where you have like all the things connected. It's just like there's a bubble. There's a thinky bit. I'm missing something else. We're talking about it and I keep losing it. And you unconsciously check your ears for slugs and you find none. Which is good.
There's something here. There's something here, but I'm not getting it.
Well, any way we look at it, we're looking at either a mass extinction event where thousands, maybe millions of people are going to die. The crater, is going to get filled up with dirt and volcanic ash and maybe even some lava. And Shonaruth is halted, not allowed to come out. But how is that going to stop the world from dying?
It doesn't. But what?
Because I get this distinct feeling that
What?
Shonaruth is eating the planet from the inside out.
Yeah, they wouldn't be trying to do it, though, if it wasn't going to accomplish something. Unless they just are completely wrong. But why would they be wrong?
Grimhilda's been wrong about a lot of things.
Last ditch effort.
There's something.
Yeah,
There's
maybe.
Throw something at the wall, see if it sticks.
That's a pretty big thing to throw at the wall, though.
But
We're looking at a literal
Raphael did
apocalypse.
to the tree. Did the tree even... Did what happened with the tree stop?
Well, I think it was just it was the best solution available. This is proactive.
It's the best solution available according to maybe them.
What
But
was?
they could just do the same thing we're doing. They could go try and destroy the Leviathan and find whatever Shonaruth crashed in or was and do something about it. I mean, I've always been figuring we probably have to pick Shonaruth up in some kind of ancient crystal or space thing or whatever and actually throw it into the volcano.
Something to that effect, but we're not effective at hurting it if we don't have our magic to use.
Yeah, we
Needed.
really need to figure that out.
We need to think.
Mhm.
There's something on the tip of my tongue, but it's not. What
I don't know.
is it?
I mean, now that you draw your power from the Earth, and the
We
Earth
did.
is fighting against Shonaruth, you ought to be able to do something to set it off. Then it would just be me that doesn't have anything. And maybe I could pick some flowers. I mean, if I could cause wild surges, I can probably have an effect. Or I could just buff you guys. Excuse me. I could just, support you guys. That's probably not a word here in this world. Sorry.
I.
I'm a wizard. I'm a controller. I'll buff you on the battlefield.
I can attempt to commune with the land and see if there's any insights that she might have. But it's yes or no questions typically.
Yeah.
She's going to... said something about a gate.
Gate. Create a
She's gonna
gate?
be doing... She's gonna be doing something with a volcano, but she said there's something there about a gate. Something
to
that
create
Loki...
one or find one or
something that Loki doesn't want. Obviously. And between that and the extermination of so many lives... Well, the thing is, how would you even guarantee that a volcano would plug up the crater? How would you guarantee something like that?
You just need a really big eruption.
or an earthquake.
How would the
Oh
earthquake help?
no, not even that. Because think about it. There's a sea between the volcano and the crater.
Yeah.
Opening up a gate to Oiho. Or that realm, anyway.
Yeah. That could be.
Even-
That could do it. You just need a really big eruption.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're
However
trying
you
to
craft it.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're trying to cauterize the wound, if the wound is the crater and they're trying to cauterize the wound, an eruption that big would cover all of Mesopotami. An eruption that big would encroach on the Shadowheart Empire.
I don't know that it would be that bad, but yeah, it would destroy all of Mesopotamia.
It'd at least go as far as Uct, as far as Aslandia, as far as Kandor.
Oh, Uct would be in a really bad way, because it's right there. You know?
Right.
The mainland of Lacuna.
The mainland of Lacuna, Mezamasker is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it would all be destroyed.
Yeah, I see you giggling there, Maddie.
You are all on the cusp of so many different things right now.
And that many burying everything. It could be that would bury everything to do with Shonaruth. It would bury all the flesh trees in Uct. It would bury all of that, and then you could rebuild on thing. But then you would also get the thing of that amount of ash would have severe meteorological impacts.
Mordecai,
It's
I want you to
meteorology.
make a religion. Do it.
I sure would.
I'm gonna give you guidance.
At advantage or regular?
This is regular.
Big
Guidance.
money. Big money, no whammies. Give me.
Ooh, doggies. Look at that.
Great number.
Look at that 24
D4.
plus.
27.
She's
27.
smiling on me.
Mordecai, you have to stop yourself. Because you keep thinking what our powers can't affect Shonaruth. That's the talk of the takers. You're not a taker anymore.
We're givers.
You're givers. Shonaruth. Yeah, you know
Hey.
what? Norallie can bring raw magical power against Shonaruth. You can't.
No.
But Shonaruth has been shown that it can be stopped, slowed, and even hurt in different ways. It may not be able to take a lightning bolt because it'll just ignore it because it doesn't exist to Shonaruth. But a rock falling from 100 feet up will bludgeon it, which will hurt Shonaruth. Because it's a rock. It's real. It's not magic. Now, just because you put a rock in the sky with magic doesn't mean the rock or the gravity is magic.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Lava is earth as well. Now the hard cast of the earth moving spell sealed up a tree. It might even be able to crush it. Lava, as a force of nature, it's not magical.
But it's heat and fire and liquid rock.
Which could damage or at least seal away Shonaruth. Norallie can't do that. You can. Think like a giver, not a taker. You fell for the old trap again. If only I just had more soul power behind me, I could force these spells on Shonaroth. When the land is your weapon.
And we shall give it to him.
Controlling water, sunlight, lava, rocks, trees. Everything is here for us to use already.
Right, I need an investigation. Hard cast it, just straight up, no advantage. I know I'm mean. Oh, look at that, 23. In thinking about this, Mercury, Gate Oiho, Grimhilda related.
Meteors.
How could lava or something from the volcano get to the crater? You take the lava to the crater. Gate Oiho. If the dragons and the giants bound in Oiho were released and come through a gate into your world, they could just spew lava, traverse the ocean, and just fill up the crater, attacking, singeing along the way. These twisted creatures that probably also don't like Shonaroth. You could have an army of these ancient beings trudging along.
That's still taking, though.
It will take it takes from Oiho, and Oiho is taken from others. Which means if it's used up and depleted, what's going to happen to Oiho?
Oiho will die. Oiho would likely collapse.
I mean, Oiho is doomed anyway.
Yeah, but then...
No souls going into it. I don't know, the power of Oiho is souls. If we stopped Ouijas, Oiho would probably regenerate. Not that... I don't know, I mean, I feel bad about that.
Yeah, but imagine, though. Imagine if what they're using is the very lifeblood of Oiho. They're taking from Oiho. What would happen if Oiho were to die? Because it's proven that the land is alive. Who's to say Oiho is not as well? Which means, if that amount of energy was torn up and used to do this, Oiho would die. A realm dying. Guess who that goes to?
Shonaroth.
Oh, it goes to Ouijas.
You're muted.
You're muted, Fluffy.
Shaz, this is the only reason I'm on video, is so people can see when I'm talking, but I'm muted.
Thank you for the consideration.
I mean, yeah, it might go to Ouijas, but Oiho is... I mean, if Oiho is only populated by the souls of the people who died before Ouijas, then...
But if they come here and they die again...
Sure, but if Ouijas is defeated, then Oiho would regenerate naturally. Wouldn't it?
It would, but it wouldn't have the chance to do that if the realm itself was torn asunder. Which is...
Yeah, I'm not sure that that's happening, though. I mean, it seems to me that what I'm thinking is, we know that it was... I mean, my body snatcher dropped meteors into Oiho, and actually moved the land. And it might be the case that, when the time comes, I'll be able to do that as well. And I already know about the spell. I can't cast it yet. And what that did was much more. But that doesn't mean that with enough preparation, something like that wouldn't be possible.
But
No,
that's exactly what the dragons did. Summoning Thunderous here.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh.
Yeah,
They summoned a meteor,
right.
and
And
Shonaruth was on that meteor.
Yeah, they picked the bad meteor.
But no, what I'm thinking is that
Maybe
If
we just
from
need to
here-
fight
if-
fire with fire. Drop another meteor on the top of the first one.
yeah, there was a slug in that pumice.
Yeah, there's a slug in a pumice, there's Shonaruth in the meteor, it's all just the same thing. Different sizes.
Yeah,
Vastly different scale.
but what I'm thinking is this. That could mean two
We
things.
sound like
if it
crazy
came,
people.
if it came from the crater,
Absolutely.
if it came from the crater, then that makes sense. If it didn't and it came from the volcano, well. But the thing is, my thought is that if Grimhilda tears open a portal to Oiho and sends the lava through it, that will
Or the
tear
lava
the realm
creatures.
asunder.
Yeah.
That will tear that realm asunder.
Yeah, you keep saying about tear the realm asunder, but I don't know that we have evidence for that. Like,
You're tearing a hole in reality. I mean,
yeah, I call it a fry hole.
look at look at what Cypher did.
What
It-
did
it's
what
see-
did he do?
Remember in the courtyard?
Yeah,
He opened a blackness and it destroyed everything.
right.
All the worked stone, all the grass, all the trees.
Yeah. But
Just
look
a-
how small of an area that was. I think that for this, they're talking about a gate, not just like a disturbance. It's probably, I think it's more just a matter of letting the stuff that's in Oiho out. I don't think Oiho has to be destroyed for this. I think it's just like, okay, here's your door, march on through. I don't think there's more to it than that. And then they'd be out here and causing all kinds of problems.
Yeah. So we'd still be looking at a mass extinction event either way. Is that brain bubble still
water.
there?
The water's been receding
Mhm.
to create a bridge. The sea is dumping somewhere. Where? Who knows?
Wait, remember back in the cave when we saw the thing about how there used to be a range of mountains?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it got knocked down by the meteor.
Yep.
An eruption of that size wouldn't it would not only acidify all the lakes, all the water, but it could be that the resultant heat would be enough
evaporate
to
the rest of
evaporate
the
the water
land. The water.
and recreate the mountain range.
I don't know. That doesn't seem... I don't know. Well, the only thing that's going to recreate the mountain range is just recreating the mountain range.
Oh,
It
that's
may
a lot
never
of
be
green.
recreated. It may just be gone, and that's just how it is now. I don't... What would recreating it even do?
It would be like the land itself is a prison.
I think that's pushing the metaphor too far. It's just a mountain range. You could climb over it, find mountain passes. Even the old one had a gap you could sail through.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can water gap. I'm thinking. Is it? Do I still have that little brain bubble on the edge of my on the tip of my tongue, or is that gone?
That's been diffused through the current conversation.
Okay. But even so, we have to stop her, which means she's headed for Lacuna, which means we also need to be headed for Lacuna.
Yeah.
We do.
And it's all land now. So there's not even
Maybe
there's not even a barrier.
a small stretch of sea.
Well, now wait a
Or
minute.
we
This orange, is this shallows or is it actually land?
Depending. That's just showing that there's those are either like the tide can take it or it's new land that has been added. So probably closer to shore, it's a new shoreline, and then there's just a lot that can be affected by the tides or might be like 10 feet deep out on a shelf. So it is underwater constantly, but it's also super shallow.
Yeah. The water's dropped in, and it would be much, much more traversable.
And that's only in a few years.
Yeah.
If this progressed longer, the sea would be empty.
Or, was catalyzed by
I mean,
something.
when we were down in the underground temple, I always want to call it the water temple. It's not the water temple. But when we were down there, we saw the water rushing away, and we were never able to, to find where it went. There were too many, it was just too hard to trace the path. But we know where it is. We can always go back down there if we have to. I don't really have a way to explore. I mean, we could all cast water breathing on ourselves. I could turn Peggy Sue into a fish. There's stuff we could do.
Yeah. We could also call Salter.
And she may want to be made aware of the fact that she dies too if we fail. There will not be a place for her to hide. She may not like me, but...
What would calling Salter get us, though? Other than just
fly.
letting her know.
Fly to the volcano.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
She works as travel here.
Oh, sorry.
Also, if we find
A different
Cipher, she'll
solution.
be really happy about it.
She also wants us to find Cipher and a way to destroy the Leviathan. I think this works in her favor.
We have that information now.
Yeah.
And she has a way to get close, because the Sky Shadow Leviathan ignores the repentless. Out of character, that's what I'm saying to you guys.
Why is that out
Is
of
this-
character?
Because Celine doesn't know about that.
Mordecai would say something like that, though.
Yeah, it seems like the sort of thing we could have told you. So... I mean, it seems like if we want to destroy the Leviathan, what we know is that normal Shadowheart weapons aren't enough, but we might be able to, power up the Repentless with some kind of
If it's made
axial
of the same
mounted
kind,
cannon.
if it's made of the same kind of thing that Shonaruth is, then it doesn't have to be a spell that we throw at it. It just has to
Right.
be something.
Right, but the Shadowheart airships have already tried engaging it with conventional weapons, and it's not enough. So we would need to
Right. That just means
if
that they're
we
not
just-
powerful enough.
to boost.
What if we just uproot some trees and throw them at him?
Or, water. There's plenty of it.
A really big squirt gun.
Really
Right.
Big squirt gun.
I think there might be a spell that might help. Remember, we're thinking about it. It's just we need to use something that's real. It can be magically amplified,
But something real.
but something real. There's a spell that I've heard of. It has the ability to take objects and accelerate them at high speeds.
Yeah, it's called catapult, but it only works on little pebbles.
What if, well, you know how I could, touch someone and heal them, and the more energy I put into it, the more I heal them. You know, the larger wounds I can knit if I put more energy into it. Maybe that's the same for,
I have to double check.
out of character, that is how catapult works. The upscale gives more damage and allows you to affect larger objects.
Yeah, but the maximum weight only increases by 5 pounds per spell level. So the biggest it's gonna get is 50 pounds. That's not that big.
Well, that's
no more than a normal cannonball.
Well, imagine what a ballista arrow weighs, for example. Like those things only weigh, what, 30 pounds at most?
Mordecai, religion, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think catapult is the secret, and I'm not sure it would even work. I mean, that's the object might be real, but the propulsion for it isn't. It would probably just bounce off.
That doesn't matter, though. The
I think
magical
what
propulsion is never the issue. It's what
Except
hits.
We've been trying to strike these things with magical energy, and it hasn't worked with the exception of Norallie.
Yeah.
Have we tried actually hitting it with a physical object? That's not, that's not
Not magically conjured.
Yeah, not magically conjured or not unmagically assisted. Not magically assisted.
Yeah, I don't think catapult is gonna do it. I think we would need to find a way to.
Celine! It's your turn. Give me a religion check, please. On your own, though.
So I will get.
My 12 did not help us.
Give me religion. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 24.
A fickle god in chat whispers in your ear as you're contemplating this here. A fickle god named Phil, by the way. And as you are contemplating this, there's a moment of there's so much going on. I need to be I need to clear my head a moment. And there's some sung words that come to mind. These are the words that were sung over Mordecai. Not that they weren't sung over you, but you didn't respond the same way that Mordecai did. And it's what was that song? What was that song she sung? And
That song.
you think back, it wasn't all that long ago. Ex-landlords. Let's go back. As we have flashbacks of your time there. In the hut where you recovered, the things you saw, the people you interacted with. In the village that you walked through. And all the goats. And there are thousands of statues carved into the mountainside, including 6 great titans
6 landlords.
Yeah. Those could be the true landlords. Frozen in time, just like in Oiho.
They have titans of stone.
If we give life,
I've got it.
yeah, if we give life to those statues and reanimate them, they can do our fighting for us.
I can do that. I have the, I think, I believe that's a thing that clerics get. In one moment while I look.
Stone shape?
No. Okay, no, they don't. But a wizard would.
What?
If you were to animate them.
Well, I have animate objects, but again, not that big.
But there are smaller ones.
Yeah, but we need the heavy hitters if we want to fight Shonaruth.
I mean, sending a lot of small ones is going to do as much damage as a few big ones.
And not only that, maybe we could find a way to have it affect the big ones, or find a way to somehow give them this animating spark.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if you're a priest of the land, don't you have some way to empower the land, animate those statues, free them from their bondage, even if it's just temporary? I feel like, for me, the end game is meteors. That's what I feel. But just to get there, Shonaruth, or to get past the Leviathan, I think what we need to do is find a way to enhance the power of the Repentless. We need to find some way to give it a weapon that, now maybe it's not like a cannon. Maybe it means stone soldiers that can board the Leviathan from the Repentless. I don't know. But
Cypher was working on something similar, in that he had an idea of how to create something. He never really finished it.
you know who's working on building mechanical soldiers, don't you?
Gaspard.
Yeah. We need to get Gaspard and find out what his secret is, and if he can work the magic that he's working on Jack, whatever the name of it is, the Kai burners, yeah, right.
Yeah.
See if he can work that magic on these stone shapes.
Giving life, animating objects, but yes. Yes.
Magically imbued.
To give the land the ability to fight for itself.
God, I wish I'd kept on that track.
Which track?
An artificer.
Oh. That's okay, Gaspard is very talented. I think he can hopefully make us the things that we need. Because really the secret of the Kai burners is the power that animates them, and we know it's the same power that powers... that powers the Shadowheart ships, the same thing that powers the Repentless. They're all powered by the souls of the dead. So we might be able to turn the power of Oiho to our own uses. if we have to.
Give the landlord souls.
Animate them using the power of souls. There are a lot of souls still down in Oiho. And that's the only source of souls that we just doesn't have the ability to contaminate.
That's still taking.
Well, maybe. But I'm not a cleric of the land. I don't have to follow that restriction to only give. And I'm not sure it counts. Anyway.
There's a thing here. There is. Because we need to also use these things to stop Grimhilda. Because we don't have the time to do one and then the other.
But we could start with one, and then while we're using the one, it would be like a practice run. We use the little ones on Grimhilder, and if it works, then we upgrade and go whole hog with the big 6. Or maybe it's not exactly the right idea. Maybe we can find a different way to actually animate them rather than mechanize them.
Yes. There might be another way, but we'd have to get back to the 6 landlords, and we'd have to ask Gale.
I mean, we can go back to the landlords whenever we want, unless you burn bridges. Tell me you didn't burn bridges.
We
burned bridges, didn't you?
There's people there who don't like us.
You burned bridges.
No, we didn't do anything.
Well, I know I didn't this time.
The land cried, and Zephyr sadly wasn't able to get out of the way in time.
So he fell in a
filled
hole.
out.
He died.
Fell
in a hole.
and died.
Oh boy.
He
How
fell and
embarrassing.
died.
How embarrassing.
But I think it may be an idea if we go back there and we talk to Gale.
Well, if we need a disguise spell, you know who to ask.
But we should at the very least tell Salter.
Get her on board with this at least.
Yeah.
She's gonna be kind of surprised to see you, Celine, I think.
If not angry. As far as I've heard, she just doesn't particularly care for me at the moment.
Yeah, it was probably on
she-
account of how you got her killed.
She kind of blames
Tortured.
you for her own death, yeah.
And yet she still lives.
Well, you do too. I mean, it's going around.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we kind of don't die easily.
Well, before we will break, because this was an amazing scab you just picked, and oh, the fluids that are flowing forth.
Oh, that's an analogy.
That's
It
a
absolutely
visual.
is.
Blah.
Where would you like to go? You're in Old Port. One of the people you talked to just waved at you over lunch hauling lumber. Or you could go to a volcano. You can go to the 6 landlords. You could go anywhere. You could go see Selter. What do you want to do?
I think we can send Selter a message. That's probably all we need.
Probably do a sending.
Yeah, sending message, whatever.
Yeah.
And Gaspard is right here, so he's going to be the easiest to talk to.
You
See
should
if he
probably
could-
message DJ and not Selter.
Yeah, message DJ.
But that's fine. You want to go talk to Gaspard?
And
Yeah, I mean,
Loki
Gaspard
going
is
up
here.
to stop Grimhilda.
Yeah, we have to. We have
do
to
something
find
about
him.
that soon.
Well, I mean, even if we can't find him with magic, we might be able to find him the old-fashioned way.
I mean, it did say something about the volcano,
Yeah,
so I'd assume that she's going there at some point. We could head her off.
yeah, maybe.
And Celine has a house out in the mountain there.
Yeah. We'll be sure to dust under all the furniture while we're there.
Yeah,
I'm sure it hasn't been taken care of for a while.
Including under the bed? What are you hiding in there, Celine?
Nothing you need to know.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then what we'll do is we'll have you go over because Gaspard is right there in a short sense. There he is. He is in the jack. And
I mean, that's all of his senses.
He's working. I mean, like he's more like supervising because actually the Kyburners are the ones doing work alongside the like they're holding up beams while like the laborers are like fixing them and hammering and all that other stuff. So they're doing heavy machinery stuff, and he's there very proud in his like metal armature skeleton. Well, welcome. As you can see, we're getting this next room ready over here.
Yeah, hey, do you have time to talk in private? Where private means you plus the four of us?
Oh, sure. You know what? I could use a break anyway. He takes the metal crown off of his head and comes out of the harness and hops down.
Has anyone ever called you Dr. Wiley? Just wondering.
Probably Wiley. I don't know about the doctor part.
Okay. So we've been admiring these Kyburners. And I know you've been making them more and more advanced. And I'm wondering how big you could make them.
Oh, I don't know. Really depends. I'd have to do a little bit more experimentation. Might involve some more dealings with the Shadowheart.
I don't mind that.
If that's okay by you, Bright. And he gives you that look like, I know what you did.
Yeah, sorry about that. I know they're mechanical in nature. Does it matter if... I know you get the spiritual energy from... I know where the energy that powers them comes from. And I also know that there are places in the earth where there might be a certain essence, if that makes any sense. A certain spiritual power, or not thinking mechanically, but thinking... Not even magically, but thinking more religiously.
You know, I don't know if I don't know if I ever told you about my trip, right? Well, you know that I took a sabbatical.
Of course.
Yeah, so I was, I was feeling really down, wasn't sure what to do, and honestly, I just needed to find myself, so I went traveling for a while, and, I'm not too much of a spiritual gnome myself. But I'll tell you, I went to a place with just fresh air, pure water, and it was so pleasant.
Yeah.
It
Both
was,
of those things are in short supply.
Well, it's a bit out of the way area called Flaceno fo Neutzelfer. But it's a
landlord.
It's a little monastery up in the right in the middle of the brow. Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, we were always gonna go there. We never got around to it.
But I'll tell you,
Mhm.
going there, those people, it was different, and it was something. It was something weird. I was trying to understand. There's all sorts of beliefs up there, including those of Ouijas, but in particular, the people up there referred to some sort of like an internal energy called Kai, and it flows through your
Okay.
body. And I thought at first that was ridiculous, but the things that some of those people could do, it was amazing. And they said it was the control of their Kai that went through their body.
Yeah. Now it
Well,
all makes more sense. Why they're called kite burners.
well,
That
of
must be
course.
that. Yeah. Okay.
What do you think
Now
moves
I
them?
understand. Well, I mean, I knew where the power came from. I just. Okay. So that's not exactly what I had in mind, but it was. It is on the right track. So, have you ever heard of a place called Six Landlords?
Oh, of course. Who hasn't?
Yeah,
Quaint
so-
backwards folk. From what I understand, they're pretty good masons.
Yeah, so near that place, they have statues. And our speculation is that the statues are actually intended to be animated when the time comes.
What time?
Now, more or less.
All right.
And I was thinking that it might be possible to compare or cross them with your Kai burner system and make some kind of iron giant.
But they're stone.
I know, but it's not the stone that I want. It's it's the handiwork that went into it. It's like when you forge your magic item and you pour your soul into it.
Well,
And
I mean, to turn them into Kyburners would be a little difficult, I think. I don't know where we'd get that much fuel. But I suppose...
well, what I was hoping was that the power in the stone would supply its own fuel. But maybe it doesn't work that way. Maybe the stone just needs the power added from somewhere else, and so I'm trying to put two, you know what I mean? Put a square peg in a square peg, as we say.
Well, yeah, everything eventually fits into a square hole. It's just inevitable.
No, not the square hole. This putting a square peg into another square peg. Things that just...
Oh, I'm sorry. I mixed up my philosophies. Yeah, there's the square hole philosophy and the square peg and the square hole philosophy.
Yeah, no. I mean,
well-
any hole is square if you hit it hard enough.
I mean, maybe the little ones could be rigged up to be Kai burners, depending on, the source that goes into the system. I don't know. If you're talking about those big ones that I've heard about, that would take a lot. Or, depending. Are they really detailed?
I think Mordecai's seen them up close more than I have.
Yeah, they're fairly well done.
Yeah, they're pretty intricate.
Well,
Down
it
to
might
the
take some
patterning of the
research
clothing.
back at the monastery, but I mean, ultimately, Kai is what is theorized to move the body and be a conduit for all sorts of things, from the mundane to the supernatural. Well, drawing off of a limited battery supply, as the Kai burners are, that, again, short spurts, or if you get enough the energy, so to speak. But ultimately, we as living people, according to the philosophy of the monks, make for the best wielders of Kai. And I suppose if you think that the locals would be open to it, I might be able to turn them into jacks.
I think that would be a pretty big ask.
Yeah, it would. I don't think they'd go for it.
Well, the monastery might have answers.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something that we're missing, like these things have been around for a long time. Maybe there would be some kind of possibly a ritual.
Yeah, we need to find. We're gonna need to go there.
Yeah.
Well, I sure do appreciate this talk. I feel like this isn't quite the right solution, but I do feel like we're getting closer. But so here's a thing. Here's a thought that I've had. I just had it, so I haven't been holding it back. If you released a whole bunch of souls all at once, like a whole bunch, how many of them could you capture and put into Kai burners? Would you have a way to save them up until they were needed? Or if you had a really big Kai burner like we've been talking about, like one the size of these ships that are floating out there, not made out of a statue, just made out of ordinary Kai burner parts.
Oh, well,
Or
you
even
see
made
that...
out of the actual ships. How could you bring it all together?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd need a big storage tank like what the larger ships use. I've been able to, do some research through my contacts and merchants with the Shadowheart. I've only been able to get my hands on small units, which is why I've really only ever been able to use effectively one ghost per Kai burner.
Yeah.
But I suppose with large enough tankards, I could hold it. I could hold more.
Do you know how to build them? Or is that secrets that only the Shadowheart have?
Oh, I know how to build the small ones. I mean, I imagine the large ones are exactly the same. It's just a matter of scale.
Yes, that is definitely how all machines
like,
work.
yes.
The larger ones are just scaled up versions of the small ones. Okay. We may have a science project for you. And don't worry, we'll fund it. We're not promising anything yet.
Oh, good. Well, I would hope so. I mean, whether or not I work for free, the materials sure aren't.
Yeah. No, I know. Is there anything special that you need for the tanks, like any rare materials, or is it just construction time and effort?
Oh, yeah, it's that control material, that metal that just seems to transmit will and command through it to the ghosts inside.
Okay. I don't know anything about this.
Wait. If it can transmit will, does it have to be a soul, like a dead soul, like a ghost? Could you theoretically rig some kind of control center to allow someone to control something of their own will?
How do you think
Someone
the
alive?
Shadowheart pilot their ships? The captains are living. All someone needs to do is grasp the metal on the wheel and help tell the engines how to move.
That's right.
It's the intention of the pilot, not really the skill in the shoulders and the elbows.
That's how I was able to fly it.
And the souls are just energy?
Yeah, the souls power it, but they don't control it.
What if you didn't power it through souls? If you powered it through regular magic?
Oh, the ghosts are just like horses. They'll carry you, but you got to tell the horse where to go. So if you're the pilot, you just kind of say, giddy up, and tell the souls to go forward. All the souls in the engines move forward, and it moves everything forward with them.
But it seems to me like if you tried to power it with living people, they'd die because their own souls would be burned up and they'd turn into zombies or something.
Well, yes and no. Kai burners do burn Kai. And but the beautiful thing that I learned from these monks is Kai's infinite. We make Kai. It's just that you gotta rest, you gotta sleep and eat, and I guess apparently they love like laughing and telling jokes and stuff too. I guess that helps replenish Kai. Not
Kai.
very scientific, but
Like. Oh. What if this Kai concept is the internal reserves of energy we have to use magical effects?
I don't know. I
It
mean, out
kind
of
of
character
explains why
right now, but I don't know.
kind of explains why we could still feel like we could perform magic when we disconnected from Ouijas, but it was fuzzy, painful.
No direction. No direction. The impetus for will. The impetus of will doesn't exist. And then, if that's the case, then that would make sense as to why the concept of formulae exists. Right. I think I've got it.
Okay. What?
These things run off of could potential run off of raw energy.
Yeah.
And to do that, to do anything with the energy that resides inside us,
You need a direction.
well, you need something to direct. You need the energy. You need the will of an intended effect. And you need a director, a conduit, to direct the energy.
Yeah.
So consider this, right? Bright. You cast magic.
Yeah. I sure do.
How do you think you go about doing that?
I mean, it's really mostly technique. You just have to practice and practice. Practice and practice and practice and practice. And practice and practice and practice and practice. Practice and
Yes,
practice and practice.
it's all-
Oh, sorry.
But it's all
Remix.
formulae, yes?
I mean, more or less. I mean, it's more like math than anything else. I mean, yeah, it's all formula, but there's art to it too.
Exactly. The raw energy inside you, the intended effect of whatever spell you're trying to cast, and the formula's the conduit. Take me and Mordecai. We have the energy, we have the intended will to make an effect come to pass, but our conduit is our faith. Hell, Norallie even. She has raw energy inside her, lots of raw energy, in fact to the point where she can't even control it sometimes.
mhm.
Right.
She has the intended will of an effect, and the conduit is her. Because with what I've read in my book, from what Mordecai wrote down, that's why Mercury wanted her. For her energy. Because she could just pump it out.
She was meant to be weaponized. All of that hell energy was being focused through her, possibly, granting it this chaotic ability. You know, all the lightning and everything.
She was refining energy using Norallie as a conduit. But then consider this. The Shadowheart ships. Will of the pilot. The metal is the conduit.
Right.
And the energy is the souls.
Right.
Same principle.
Same principle. The will of the pilot. The metal is a conduit. But it's an internal energy. It's the internal energy reserve of the pilot. Rather than, say, souls that do this.
Right.
And
I guess I don't understand what you're going for here. What's the...
what I'm
What's
saying
the-
is that maybe what we could do is, if it doesn't already exist, because whilst we passed the landlords, we didn't get an amazingly close look at them. We could just rig them up with wiring to be the conduit for energy and use the will of a pilot and animate them that way.
Well, that's
And it
kind
would
of
be
what
a-
I was... That's kind of what I was getting at. I wanted to just animate the statue. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if the power source is dead souls or live ones. The important thing is that you could animate the statue. But it didn't... I don't know, either Gaspard didn't understand what I meant, or he didn't think he knew how to do it. Either one is possible. Because, yeah, that's what I was going for, was let's just either animate the statues or use the power that was put into the statues when they were carved to animate something else, but it didn't seem like it was going to pan out. But yeah, I agree. We should... I don't know, I feel like getting power sources is not the problem. Because we can open up a gate to Oihao, or we can, harness live people if we have to. I'm also thinking if we should happen to kill Weejas, that all of those souls would be released at once, and that would sure be fun. So yeah, we have a lot of options.
I would say one of those containment vessels rupturing is not a fun experience.
Oh yeah, it goes kaboom. We don't want that.
Yeah, you got a small
Oh,
taste of
liter-
that.
A literal tornado of souls, Bright. It throws everything. It almost killed me.
I know. So like, if we do that, we should stand back. But
Yeah.
So yeah. So when I said, I mean a whole bunch of souls, could you catch a whole bunch? That's how big of a whole bunch I meant. It was a whole bunch.
But that's... Here's the thing. We should further examine the landlords and see if there's something already built into them that would allow them to be animated like this.
Well,
The
I'll tell
land
you what.
provides.
Well,
You have
they're
options.
carved out of the mountains.
They are.
They-
Unless they're inlaid with other things, they're just stone.
Yes.
They're
As far as you know.
melted into the rock face.
As far as we know.
True.
I mean, unless there's something under the mountain.
There very well could be.
I don't know. Like I
We'd have
said,
to-
square peg
we'd
and
have-
square peg. We may not be. We may be trying to mix incompatible technology here.
Maybe.
Which is why I want to see if there's some way to perform the same task, to give of the same thing. To give of the same thing, but in a way that is compatible. And to do that, we'd have to check.
Do we have time for that, though?
There in any of the pictograph or anything, there was not a time frame. Now, in the broad sense, the sooner the better. But there was no, it wasn't like, when the sun is over the horizon at the blah blah blah, or nothing even cryptic,
No.
let alone a specific time. There is
No
an
time
indication that shit's going down at the volcano. And a message was able to be squeaked through by Loki.
What were those plans?
And theoretically, if we spent more time on it, would we get the whole message?
In this instance, I'm gonna say no. Like, this was like you gave it all you got, and I don't know, maybe something was smudged, or it's like honestly it was your all's best effort. But you got a lot of what's there. You certainly have enough to got. It caused all of this now. That was like the one little, like the one puncture that just everything. So much is on your table now. That.
Well, let's see if we can't use Celta to expedite this.
Use seems like such a powerful word.
Well, ask Celta.
Ah.
Yeah, that sounds.
Oh, change comes
that
from
sounds
within, my
more
friend.
appropriate.
Don't
Sounds
think
more
like a
appropriate, I
taker,
think.
think like a giver.
We could ask Celta, and I think she would be interested in not dying a second
I
time.
think so too. I think so too. She might be interested in taking it out on your hide at some point.
I bet.
Not that
I'll
I'd
have
let
to
her
talk
do
to
that.
Derek and see if he actually wants to, if he can make the time to be here when Celine actually steps back on board the Repentless. I'll do my best, but I don't know.
We also have a wedding to perform.
That's true.
We do. And we're going to do that right now with a ritual casting of...
Oh, you're not even going to do a
Ceremony.
drive-through Elvis wedding? Come on.
Nope.
What? You're not even gonna like get a cake?
We can stuff our faces later when we're not about to die.
I mean,
Not
I
that
have
we're
a
about to
dinner
die
plan
now.
tomorrow, so we're not doing. So like, we can't like go out today.
We can stop
Then
by a
I'll tell you
bakery.
what. Before the
We
ceremony
can give
goes
Supper a
off,
cake.
let's break right now. We can open with the ceremony because it's an hour-long ceremony. I think performing a wedding would be wonderful.
Yes.
Even if it's like dear land, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Great, we're married. Now, let's move on. But still, I think let's give a little dedication to this. Plus, it'll allow you all a week to think about where you want to go and how you want to congeal your plans. Yes, if you want to go straight to the volcano, hey, the sooner the better. Do you have to? Me out of character as, friend to friend, DM to player. There's no timeline. So, I mean,
just know what's gonna
obviously,
happen.
urgency, anything you're doing, I hope, is with a sense of urgency. But you don't have until the quarter moon rises above the, 3 fingers on the horizon or whatever. Cryptic or explicit like that. Plus, I also got to get up and go to the bathroom again. So we can have a debriefing conversation after if you want. But for all of you out there in the audience, I hope that you enjoyed it. This turned into, man, I got such... This is probably one of the best returns on a title for a... one of the best returns for a title for a stream that I have had in a while. This was an amazing session. And in part, I'm sure I fueled the conspiracy and threw stuff out there that may or may not be true, but we can still have some fun with whatever happens, because there's so much stuff on the table. The Legos have been spilled. It's almost like a code. The Legos have been spilled. I repeat, the Legos have been spilled. Now let's see what they do with them. What will they create? But let's go from one story to another. We're going to go from a fantasy setting over to a cyberpunk setting with VexFX, who continues to program his own cyberpunk game. It's a lot of fun. You can sit and watch. He's very conversational, very social and jovial. And in fact, if you have any programming background and you give him a tip, because he's teaching himself along the way, he wasn't trained to do this, you can. And he also takes suggestions. If you're like, hey, did you think about this texture for this thing? He's open to that too. But let's don't step on the Legos, please. Let's go visit Vex, and I will see you all around. Dark Wolf and I will return Monday through Saturday for some more mini painting and inventory
Monday?
unboxing and all sorts of this is that's and possibly even a little bit of the others.
Monday?
So
Monday?
thank you all, and I'll see you over in Vex's channel.
Monday?
Bye-bye.
You mean
Monday?
yesterday.
Monday?
Monday?